8 and 9 gold medals. So this is going to be a grand finale.
Russia are in 7. Great Britain are in 5 for this one. Denmark, well, if Bloomer does what she did this morning in the heats, she will give them a massive advantage. But of course, they've got to get there first in terms of giving her the chance. Russian quartet looks very, very strong, does it not?
Vasikova, winner of the 100 back. Yefimova, winner of the 100 breast. Shimrova, winner of the silver medal in the 100 fly. Kameneva, the Russian record holder, that is strong.
That quartet looks ominous for everybody else. Here the Dutch in 6. They got Femke going on their anchor leg for the freestyle. They'll be in lane number 6. In lane number 3. Well, you wouldn't bet against this quartet finishing off with a medal either, would you? And how many medals have they got in total now? The Italians, just almost too many to count. They're ratcheting it.
22.
22, so Great Britain got 23, Russia got 25. It's very, very tight. Denmark, now listen, it'll be interesting because you've got some very experienced and very good swimmers there, but it may all come down to Bloomer on that last leg. Now, she flew, literally flew down that first 50 today. If she's got a chance, and she's inside of Italy or Russia, whoever might be ahead of her with 100 to go, you fancy the chances, the way she's swimming right now, that she might be able to overhaul them.
Okay, so Russia down in 7. Great Britain 5. Denmark 4, Italy 3.
Who's your money on? I would say Russia because it looks so strong, but
yeah, me too.
Relays are funny things.
Especially Yulia Yefimova being so much better than the rest over the breaststroke.
Yeah, she will give them quite an advantage. So there the Russians get ready. Siobhan Marie O'Connor gets ready for her leg. Georgia Davis will lead off for Great Britain. Mia Nilsson for Denmark. For the Netherlands. Vasikova for Russia. Zovkova for Italy. And Tsini for France. They are in 2. Osu, of course, linking, lining up first for the Hungarians in 8. Last of the events of the 2018 European Championships swimming-wise here in the pool. Who is going to get the early advantage in the 4x1 medley for women? There are some big names, some big swimmers in there. Who can give their teammates an advantage?
Down in lane 7, Anastasia Vasikova already ahead of the rest of the field. By a stroke or so, and up in lane number 1, that's Laura Riedemann from Germany.
Russia 1, Germany 2. Georgia Davis, a little bit to do to catch up those two. She's in 3rd place right now. 4th are the Dutch. And this race, of course, will unfold in many different ways. Brown will be fully in behind Georgia Davis in 5. It's only a very good swim. She's coming through very, very strongly at the end here, Georgia Davis. Now, can she overtake the Russian? She's going to do that. She's going to give them a marginal lead. I think Great Britain are going to get to the wall first. They do. 59.44 with Vasikova in 2nd. That's a very good leg for Georgia Davis. Mia Nilsson in 3rd, and 4th is Toussaint.
Okay, and now on to breaststroke and on to Yulia Yefimova up against Siobhan Marie O'Connor. Let's not forget, O'Connor finished 5th in the individual final of the 100-meter breaststroke, only to, well, disappoint in the 200-meter individual medley.
Yeah, she did. And don't forget, you've got Rikke Muller-Pedersen in there as well for Denmark, who's not a bad breaststroker either. So it is Yulia Efimova at the front now, but Siobhan Marie O'Connor never lets a relay down. She's in 2nd place. Italy are in 3rd place, waiting for the Danes to make their move. They don't want to give Pernilla Bloomer too much to do at the end.
Well, Emily Beckman is the butterfly swimmer in the Danish quartet. Has a good chance, but look at the margin of Russia's lead. Yulia Yefimova, once again, brilliant, brilliant, amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And Great Britain have fallen back into 3rd place because Italy have got into 2nd place. Everything is smooth apart from the German takeover, which looks to be a bit dodgy. Germany may not have a chance here.
Okay, but Yefimova putting in a 1:03.9 split. Oh my God.
Look at Delido go. Look at Delido go for the Italians. She's got a lot of ground to make up over the Russian, but she is starting to edge back towards her. Still a big margin, though, between Russia. In fact, look at that. It is all of nearly 3 seconds. Great Britain are up into third place, and they're going to rely a lot on their rookie on the anchor leg. Now, is this a big enough lead? It looks to be, doesn't it? Russia look to be home and hosed, providing they can bring it back.
But let's not rule out Freya Anderson doing magic once again. Up against Pernille Blume, and it is going to be a fight for medals between Italy, Great Britain, and Denmark.
It is Russia 1, it is Italy 2, it is Great Britain in third, but here comes Blume, and you know she's going to go like the wind. Pellegrini's going like the wind right now for Italy in lane number 3. She is remembering all those fast twitch fibers she's had over the years, and she thinks she can catch Kameneva. She is catching her, but there's still a huge chasm between first and second. Blume into third. Freya Anderson has got a lot of wash coming in her direction.
Okay, so it is going to be Russia who takes it. But what about silver and bronze? Pellegrini, Blume, Anderson. A look at the finishing speed of Anderson.
Well, she's coming back, but I think it's going to be all too much. Russia will take it. The silver medal looks to be going the way of Pernille Blume for Denmark. Third place, however, this could be Freya Anderson for bronze for Great Britain. What a finish that was. Freya Anderson was so far back in terms of getting anywhere near the medals. Well, she finished it off in style. It is gold for Russia. 3:54.22, 3:56.69. Pernille Blume coming back like the wind with a 27.10 on that. In fact, Anderson was the quickest over that last 50 with a 26.87. She was a couple of tenths quicker than Pernille Blume to get that third place. And Italy and Federica Pellegrini, who really put everything into that first 50, could not hold on for third place. She finishes fourth.
It was just too fast over the first 50 meters for Pellegrini. Such an experienced swimmer, letting emotions win over and missing out on the medals. Okay, so it is going to be Germany disqualified, we suppose. With a bad takeover from backstroke to breaststroke, they would have finished 7th, and a new championship record for Russia. And 2 incredible splits. Yulia Yefimova under 104. Never ever has a swimmer been under 104. Just amazing, Yefimova. And also Pernille Blume for Denmark, a 51.7 anchor leg. The fastest by far.
And Freya Anderson, just to mention, 26.87, I say faster than everybody else coming back on that 50. She had an awful lot to do, and I got to say again, with 15 to go, I'm looking up thinking, well, fourth place, okay, it's one of those things, and then suddenly
he was so quick in the final 25 meters, just getting closer and closer to Pellegrini, and she has done it several times this week. Once again, bringing home a relay for a medal.
It was like time stood still. She didn't. She went like the clappers and got there for third place. But new championship record for the Russians, and they will win the medal table because that's a gold for them, and they will just edge out Great Britain. It was Hungary a couple of years ago. Great Britain were the best in terms of medals in 2014, but it's been that kind of 4-year cycle. They're all so close. Little interchange, and Germany have actually been given the time. Germany have not been disqualified.
Okay, I just don't understand. No. Never mind.
Anyway, 4:01.10. Looks like, has that been corrected again?
It is corrected, yeah. We had minus 0.05, now it's 0.00. So they checked the video footage and decided it was 0.00. So Germany can stay in the race, no DQ, 7th place for them.
So that is it in terms of the action. We still have the medal ceremonies yet to come, of course, but a championship record for Russia, Denmark 3:56, and Great Britain with the 3:56.91 edition. And here we go. Had the final races. We'll have the final medal ceremony. Now here it comes. And I think it was maybe, once we saw the lineup, maybe one of the more predictable outcomes of the day, because Russia with this quartet are absolutely staggeringly good. And when you got Efimova doing what she was doing on the breaststroke, just nobody can compete with a stroke. It's a very important stroke, as we always mentioned in the IM. It's a very important stroke in the medley relay too, because you can do so much damage, as Adam Peaty showed.
Okay, yeah, so where was the men's medley relay one? In the breaststroke by Peaty. Where was the women's medley relay one? In the breaststroke by Efimova. 103.9 per split. That was just astonishing.
I look at IMers now and I think, if your breaststroke is nothing short of pretty decent, I don't know why you're doing it. I really don't. You can be the best butterfly swimmer in the world, you can be the best backstroke in the world. If you have a less than good breaststroke, you ain't competitive. There was a time when I first started going with this, but we could just about get away with it. I say Michael Phelps did for a little while, and then he and his coach went, come on, we've got to get this breaststroke sorted, because otherwise we're going to get overtaken in the world. And his breaststroke became good. It wasn't exceptional. He didn't do it individually because he didn't feel comfortable, but put it in a medley relay, he could do it.
So Great Britain getting bronze, courtesy of Freya Anderson.
What a week she's had. Staggering week. European junior star. Now again, at risk of repetition, European juniors do not always go on and convert that to senior level. We've seen so many fall by the wayside. It's a bit like people who win junior Wimbledon. Do they go on and win senior Wimbledon? More often than not, they don't. They find a level and they don't progress beyond it. Well, she has this week, and she's also shown she is the swimmer for the big stage.
And
not
she's a racer.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's exactly what we see with James Wilby. He is a racer. He gets in there and he races. And there may be other people who are technically better swimmers, but if you're a racer and you can get all the bits together, it's so important.
And just touching out Federica Pellegrini for bronze, and that should mean a lot for Anderson. As well, this silver medal for Denmark.
It all came down to Pernilla Bloomer, didn't it, ultimately? As we probably thought he would. If they were in with a chance and she was going in there, then you fancied that they would get in the top three. And she duly obliged with a sub-52.
Okay, and now I wonder what she could have been capable of in the individual final.
We will never know. It's one of the big mysteries of the week that nobody can explain. And we'll all go away chuntering about what was she doing, as we did at the time. Because looking, thinking, there's no explanation to that unless she's trying to go for a split time for a record.
Yeah, that was, I think that was on her mind, but she was way off the 50-meter world record. So she put in a decent time, sub-24, but that is not a world record swim. So no world record, no final in the individual event.
So she missed out on the individual gold. She's missed out on it here, but another silver for her. But here come the Russians, who will top the medal table. They have been the strongest team overall this week, just edging out Great Britain with that final gold for this quartet. And there was not a weak spot amongst them. It's a very strong spot with Efimova. Here she comes to get her medal. And whatever qualms you might have about her still swimming after things that have happened in the past, she's still there, she's still strong, and she's leading the Russian quartet to success. And the Russians will remain. Have all gone into that corner, little pocket. They've all moved down there. We've seen the Dutch a couple of times. Just occupying that bit right above where the medal ceremony is taking place. When we go to the wider shot, you'll see quite a few Russians hanging over the barriers, trying to get as close as they can to their favourite swimmers. And they will round it off in terms of national anthem. We'll hear the Russian anthem one more time before we bid you farewell. Vesicova, Efimova, Chimrova, Kameneva, the quartet that leads Russia to the final gold medal of the week. It's nice to hear some people who are more out of tune than me in the bath. That's the Russian fans on the far side. But they wanted to give their voice and their vocal talents a little run out one more time as Russia take the final gold of the 2018 European Championships here in Glasgow. Well, let's do a quick oversee of what we've seen in the last... We can't cram everything in for the last 7 days, but what would be, David, your highlights? Maybe a couple of them before we go to our play out.
Well, one of the highlights should be Adam Peaty, of course, winning 4 gold medals and also setting a world record, question mark, in the 100-meter breaststroke. He was just amazingly strong once again and still being able to improve on his best and setting new records. So that should be one of the highlights. Talking about breaststrokers, Yefimova, I am just stunned by her, winning 3 gold medals, taking all the breaststroke events just like she did 11 years ago.
Yeah, she's here for that couple of years and she'll be around for the World Champs next year. And indeed Tokyo in 2 years' time, as indeed the majority of the swimmers you've seen this week will be as they get ready for the next big challenge in 2019, and then the biggest one of them all in Tokyo in just about 2 years' time. I would say, here's an overall thought from me without actually identifying, I think European swimming is in really rude health right now. It's looking good. There are no real pockets where you're thinking, okay, we're lagging a long way behind the Americans, the Australians, and the rest of the world. There's very few. There's a couple of little events we're thinking it's a bit slower than it should be. But overall, I'd say probably 90% maybe of the events here have been really competitive and would stand alongside what we would see from the other countries.
That is true. So let's not forget that Europe was the #1 continent last year at the World Championships and also at the Olympic Games, very close to the Americans. So yes, I think Europe is a power to reckon with come next year World Championships and of course the Olympics 2020.
And it's great also, as a second thought for me, to see so many new names emerge. You're thinking, right, well, we know the old order, we know how good they are, some come back, some fade, but you need to have the new ones, the 19-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, the 21-year-olds. You've got to come in and take your breath away and go, wow, I didn't think you were capable of doing that. People are doing huge PBs here on the biggest stage. And I think you find out a lot about swimmers when they appear on a big stage like this. Those who freeze and those who really just relish the opportunity to go, look at me, I think I'm good, I'm going to show you how good I am.
And just to mention a few, Duncan Scott and Freya Anderson. So those are 2 names that Great Britain should be really proud of having them. And yeah, they just stepped up at the big occasion. And the way Duncan Scott won the 200 freestyle from an outside lane, why did he win it? Because it was his moment.
Home crowd helps, definitely does help. You can't quantify how much a home crowd helps in terms of generating, you know, maybe that extra 5%, 10%, whatever it might be when you're in that situation. But to be honest, Duncan Scott has done it in so many different places, which are not here. So he is a class act, and we'll see a lot more of him, certainly in the relays, and we'll see him in the 100. He won the Commonwealth title early in the year and was second in the 100 here and won the 200. So last chance we get to look at that lovely shot overhead of Tollcross as the lights go down.